Hi, hi. Welcome back to Anonnie's Temple, the Temple of the High Priestess. Something feels hush hush. The Devil, Four of Swords. This is like, tread quietly, the devil is sleeping. Tread quietly, the devil is in recovery. There is definitely a devil energy that is in recovery following the last return to sender or following the last influx of consequences that they have received. You have put up some type of boundary. You're even showing yourself to be quite the networker. Queen of Swords, Three of Pentacles here, quite the intellectual, quite the networker, quite the person that people will turn to for information, that people will turn to for facts, that people will turn to get your opinions, to know more about your ideas, to know about your focus and the way that you think. You're showing up here to be someone who is quite good at networking and connecting with others in a professional manner, in a professional sense. And this really brings heartbreak to someone, or this is making an energy very upset because they're realizing that you have so many options in your life that you're actually not choosing them. Maybe this is someone who thought that, like, yeah, with the High Priestess here, Two of Wands and the Lovers, this could be an energy that seriously thought like, oh, well, they're just busy and they're doing this and they're doing that. But I feel like something has hit someone where they're realizing like it's not just that you're busy, it's that you are making time for what's important to you. And some devil energy here, I feel, is realizing that they no longer feel important to you, or that you are choosing to not make time for them. It's like I feel like this devil energy is actually in recovery right now, or they're trying to recover. I feel like this devil energy has tapped out because there's something here about Queen of Swords, Three of Pentacles, like how you have presented to a certain group of people, how you present yourself to begin with, the way that you're able to network, the way that you're able to communicate speaks for itself. And so whatever this devil energy was trying to do with the devil and the Four of Swords here, I feel like this devil energy could even need to worry about their own health. Like this devil energy with the Four of Swords is telling me sloth. So whoever this energy is that tried to inhibit you, I'm hearing, they're now experiencing sloth, like they're procrastinating, they don't have energy, they're lazing around all day, they're not getting anything done. The Devil and Four of Swords is certainly sloth type of energy because this person needs to actually improve their self-reflection capabilities. Like they need to improve their introspective skills. So that's why it's the devil paired with the Four of Swords. I feel like I've jumped right into channeling here, and we do have the new moon energy that is coming out, but that is coming in tomorrow, or that is even on its way, or that is even here today. So I feel like that's why the channeling is coming through like this. With the Sun and the Ten of Swords here, like this is really someone who has had to take a look in the mirror and realize that they have done some hideous things in their life. Ten of Swords is giving hideous. And this leads me to believe that no matter how this person looks on the outside, on the inside with the Ten of Swords and the Sun card here, like they have done some really, I feel like the word here may be like sadistic, but they have really done some things because they wanted to watch somebody suffer. And with the Sun energy here, like there's no denying this. Whatever they have been trying to keep so deep in their psyche about how they've treated you or how they've wanted to treat you, what their intentions were when they treated you a certain way, it's like it can't be hidden anymore. It can't be hidden anymore. Judgment, no, it can't be hidden anymore at all, because whatever they've done to you or whatever they've done to a group of people and you're a part of that group that they have targeted, it cannot survive. Like it dies out with this age of Aquarius, or it dies out and it is being, give me a second. They're showing me aid. It's like when someone sucks out the poison, like the poison that they have created is being sucked out of your energy, or it's being removed from your presence, like from your identity. And because the poison has been pulled out of you, so to speak, this person has to look at how they were a viper towards you. I just get this energy of someone who kept attacking you even though maybe you were down, like someone who felt like they had to keep attacking you. To the point where it felt unnatural. They're showing me whatever this was, they're showing me like a snake as a predator. And there was something unnatural about why they targeted you and why they continuously targeted you in a specific way. It's almost like when you have someone who's not, I guess I'll just say it this way, like when you have someone who's like a predator like this is what they're telling me. It came across as unnatural because, like, normally, let's say if you have a snake, they will bite the prey or they will bite whatever they feel is threatening them once, and then they will put the venom in this person. But it's like this person bit you once and the venom didn't work. Then they tried to bite you again to see if the venom would work. Then they tried to bite you again, and then they tried to attack you again, and then they tried the venom again. There's something here. This could also be related to people receiving the jab 5 to 6 years ago. This could also be related to people receiving the jab without their medical professionals telling them, right? Because as we have now found out that the jab, the vaccine actually included, oh, sorry, it's not the jab. They're also talking about this weight loss medication. Okay, I'm gonna put that off to the side, right? Where like some people were actually dosed with the jab, or people were dosed with a particular type of venom to see how it would impact their mRNA or how it would impact their epigenetics without their consent. Okay, but I'm gonna put that off to the side. There's something just here about how the way that they attacked you was unnatural. Like normally the snake will bite once, but instead this snake tried to bite you 8 times. It's like they were feral because now they're showing me a raccoon. And when you see a raccoon that's in your trash, it's like it's so difficult to try to get them to go away because they're feral. That's what they're showing me here. This person could actually literally be, they could live in Canada. This person could literally be having issues with raccoons breaking into their garbage bins. This person thinks you're a literal Buddha. You know that? This person thinks that you're like in the spirit realm or in the 5D or what have you, your highest self. This person literally thinks of you as an ascended master. Like they literally see you like head shaved, head bowed down in front of a tree meditating. Like this person could have even tried to astral travel to you during the dream stage or something like this. And they found the essence or like a fractal of your spiritual essence, literally in some ways as like a Buddha sitting under a tree, reaching enlightenment, and it intimidated them. Because in the 5D or what have you, this person could have some type of archetype where they think they're a dragon or they see themselves as some type of reptile. But it's like when they saw you peaceful sitting under a tree, they felt incredibly intimidated because you're unshakable. And that's different. That's a different level. They're saying it's different. It's a different level of power. A different, they're saying it's not power. It's they're saying even if you would be described as someone who is powerful, what you represent is might. You know, the might of the spirit, the might of the body, the might of the human form. To persevere, to be resilient, to succeed, to see its way through. I heard a contaminant. You know, I do feel like this person's energy in and of themselves feels like a contaminant, but it is giving, there's something here that is giving some Jim, what is this? Jim, like a cult energy, Jim Jones, something like this, like where there's a contaminant in the water or there's a contaminant in the drink. There may even be like a news breaking surrounding people that you know, and they drank some type of contaminant, and it was like some type of, if this name is even correct, like that some type of Jim Jones cult where they drink the contaminant. And there may actually be people who you know who were involved in that and who took that drink. It's such a huge misfortune, they're telling me. They're saying because there's a scientist a part of the group. And you may not have realized that when you were interacting with this group that there was a particular scientist or a chemist, that there was a chemist, okay? But there was. And this chemist, they're showing me, I'm going to keep going with this because I'm having some trepidation and I'm like channeling now, and I'm trying to kind of ebb and flow with the energy, but I'm just going to let it come through. Like I'm going to let it come through where it doesn't feel like it has to make 100% logical sense, so to speak. They're showing me like a chemist who is working on a particular tablet. And this is a tablet that dissolves in water or it dissolves cleanly in some type of liquid. And this chemist is bought out. Excuse me. This chemist has been bought out by this particular company and by a group of people, excuse me, and by this cult. They're showing me names, but I'm going to keep those names to myself for now. The initials could be CN or G. CGN could be the name of a company, the front company for this chemical extraction that they do. There's a front to the company that they have, but then there's also this chemist is dirty, so to speak, because they accept bribes under the table, or they accept if you want to say like some type of dark web projects, so to speak. Like they have what they do as their day-to-day, but if you actually look at the income that they have for their day-to-day, it doesn't match their actual income. It doesn't match the actual money that they have in the bank. And it's because they accept these unethical underground deals to put together certain chemicals, to create certain tablets that have certain effects. It's like they're trying to even create some type of tablet that has this like 1,000, like 100 times spike, like some type of unnatural 100 times or 100 times magnitude of an effect by putting together certain chemicals. And they're doing all of this underground so then they can eventually sell it as a medicinal tablet, that they can like sell it to a pharmaceutical company. And that's where this chemist gets most of his money from. I'm hearing like he has no shame. I'm hearing that he should be ashamed of himself, but people like this don't have shame. Like I even feel like they're telling me that this chemist in and of himself could have had some form of a traumatic brain injury that impacted his empathy. I'll leave it at that. It was trauma. I feel it may have also been like a warfare trauma, like literally that this chemist used to be a soldier in some way, or this chemist used to serve in the army or something like this. And they're showing me like maybe he was wearing a hard hat and something hit his forehead, or like something like hit his frontal cortex, his prefrontal cortex. And they thought it was just kind of like a knockout or something like this. Like he could have been in combat and someone hit him and knocked him out and he hit the ground. But it actually created tissue damage to his prefrontal cortex, where now it's like he is incredibly flatlined and emotionless, and he doesn't have the same empathic centers that he doesn't have the same empathic capabilities that he used to. I'm getting a lot of Star Wars energy here because they showed me Stargate. Maybe you particularly, as I'm coming back down to you, so to speak, like I feel like maybe you in particular have been seeing a lot of ads for you to watch Star Wars, or like you've been thinking about watching the new Stargate series, but you haven't really gotten around to it. There's an aspect here about media rhetoric when it comes to Stargates, that you may get a lot more information or notions from watching the show or downloads from watching the show than you anticipated. They're showing me French fries for some reason. Like, this is so weird. They're showing me this chemist in his laboratory or whatever the hell it is you want to say that to call this. And it's like I'm seeing him look at something under a microscope, and there's like a sliver of a brain cell. What are they doing? Number one, they were showing me that this person is quite messy. So they're literally showing me like this person was eating French fries while using this microscope. But what's on the little tab of the microscope is what's most important. It's like it's a slab of a brain cell, or it's like the slab of like brain matter. And they're taking whatever this chemical is that they put in these tablets, and then they insert it into this sliver of brain matter to see how it impacts the mind, or to see what effects it has. Literally, just what are the effects? It's that simple. What happens? How does it get absorbed? There's something here about like they wanted to get absorbed through the blood-brain barrier. But there's something about how this tablet doesn't cross over certain blood types. So like if they were to give someone this chemical, this tablet, this faulty pharmaceutical medication, people who have certain bloodlines, okay, but people who also have certain blood types, it doesn't cross over into their blood-brain barrier. And that's what they found out with you. So the effects are nullified. I'm hearing jail cells. I'm hearing the clink of a jail cell in my cards, like that. Like when they clink, like a clank, when they close a jail cell. There's someone on the inside who is actually in prison here. But there's still communications, there's still notes that go back and forth. There's still the same old project that is happening, but someone is literally in prison. It's like it makes no difference. They almost even see this prison sentence as something that's keeping them safe so that their enemies cannot come for them, believe it or not. It's like operations are as usual. It could even, I know that this is out there, but this person who got sent to prison, I feel like it is literally like they could own the prison. Like they put money into the prison, or they get money from the prison system. So them going to prison literally means nothing. It's like it's not their family business, so to speak, but there's something about how there's a trickle down effect where they actually do receive money. Like they get money, or like from taxes or something, or like something like this. They get money from the prison system. So it's like when this person went to prison, they didn't really care. It was still business as usual, operations as usual. It's like they own all of the guards there. So it's all for show. It was like theater. It was like a play. I'm hearing Trevor, and I'm also hearing Trayvon. They're already dosing the police department with this. Do you know that? Okay, y'all, we're gonna get into it. All right, this is for entertainment purposes only. People don't talk about how these chemists, these experiments actually take place on the police department. Whatever, I'm not going to name one in specific, but just kind of use an imagination here. That's why if you are of a particular IQ or intelligence level, that police officers, you actually end up increasing in rank, or you go up higher in the hierarchy when you reach certain potentialities when it comes to your intellectual capacities here. So it's like when you have a police officer that's riding around in a car, I'm going to tell you that they're dumb because that's all they could get recruited to be. Ooh, shit. Y'all, I'm not going to keep this one up. Okay? So what they're telling me here is they're at that lowest level of authority. I'm telling you, low level authority. Like a police officer that rides around in a car, I can't even tell you how bottom of the barrel that is in terms of social authority. Okay? Like within context, right? Stay with me here. There are always exceptions. Okay? There's experimentation. I'm talking specifically about sound waves here that have been emitted to police officers on duty to test out their susceptibility, to test out, let's call this nullification of their free will. It's in these sound waves that they send to these police officers will actually dissociate them so that they are not consciously aware of what it is that they are doing, how they are acting, or how they are behaving. They could even be injecting these police officers with nanoparticles already. They said already. And they're also going to do this because they want these police officers or these low-level authority figures to become one with their vehicles. So the particles that they insert into these police officers will match the intelligence or like the AI stream, something like this, of what they have in the police car vehicle that they drive around. So they actually want there to be a symbiotic relationship between this low-level authority and the vehicle that they are using. They're saying something like the movie Cars. Like in the movie Cars, where the cars are free will, conscious thinking, pieces of matter. Okay? They're even saying something like police officers will no longer even have friends or family. Okay? All right, let me see what's going on here. This is peculiar, okay? They are showing me the Grand Canyon, and they're also showing me a desert area that has a type of red clay or a red sand in particular. It is giving like the red sand or red erosion from Arizona that carries on the wind to this desert, they're telling me. They're showing me something that's quite strange, but I'm going to put this out there. They're showing me something about like a conscious being that is made out of rock, that is made out of red rock. Almost like, is it like Roblox or something like this? They're saying Roblox is like a pictogram of it. They do hologram testing in this desert. That's what they do. They do hologram testing, and there's this it's not just hologram testing, it's like an invisibility cloak testing that they do. Where you could just walk out, or let's say if you're walking in this desert and like you run into something, but there's nothing there. Because there's like an invisibility cloak that they have. If these cloaks were actually removed, you'd be able to see that there are several large scale facilities that are deep within deserted areas. And that's where these scientists began. That's where these chemists are located. They're cloaked. Okay. I think that that's enough for that. Yeah, I know you all can't tell, but my eyes have been closed this entire time. These two, the moon and the tower. Okay. Let's see what's coming out, what's coming through here. Oh gosh, I did not even notice all of the chats. Hey, Ace of Pentacles here to the Magician. The Fool. Can you clarify the tower and the moon, please? We have the Five of Swords and the Hierophant and the King of Swords. This is the scientist. This is the chemist. I feel like they could have the name Gregory or Nicholson. Three of Cups, Ace of Wands. Show me a bit more here, please. We have the Knight of Cups on top of the Sun and the Ten of Swords. And then there's another authority figure here. This is going to be a lot for me to share with you. Okay, so take this how it resonates. I'm not here to try to put people in some type of fantasy energy. I'm not here to like enable people's delusions. Like, that's not what I am here to do. So I'm just going to say that as a disclaimer here. I'm going to tell you that when you were a child, you received a particular placement. And this is one of those storylines where you could have went over here or you could have gone over there. Like, you could have went with this family or you could have been assigned to this family over here. But when you were a child, you didn't have any control over this. And I feel like this is literally like after you were birthed and you're in this infirmary. And there could have been like a blue spot on you, or there was some type of signifier that was on your body that showed you're of a particular bloodline or you have a particular type of genetic code. And like I said, I'm not here to feed any delusion here, but there's some energy here about a swap or about a switch or about you go to this family who is being monitored by this cult. You go to this family for a particular reason so that you could be kept track of. We have the Hermit here and the Six of Cups. When this all comes out to you with the Sun and the Ten of Swords, the Tower and the Moon, I'm telling you, it's like you're going to find out that there is a doctor or a physicist or there's some type of chemist, scientist who is, I'll say it this way, who has known you since you were a child. And I don't think you realize that this person actually shows up in your life every 5 to 10 years or every 5 to 7 years. And it's because during that time frame, they've actually created a code for humans' memories to begin to fade. Over the course of 5 to 7 years, right, it's very difficult to remember specific details, and that's on purpose. But what they're showing me here is this is someone where you will meet them every 5 to 7 years. I feel like they're obligated to see you in person at some point in time, repetitively. It's like to check in on you, to see, to get a marker of your energetic field, they're telling me. To get a marker of your energetic field. You may actually even find that your social security number is fake. Okay, that's a word. I'm going to put that off to the side though. So I feel this person will see you in a public area, maybe at a coffee shop, maybe they'll run into you at an event that you post on social media, you say you're going to be at, like whatever it is. You have seen this scientist at least 3 to 4 times in your life, but because it's just in passing, you don't remember it. And also you have been mentally trained to forget this person since you were a child. So as all of this comes out to you, you're going to pick up on things about your childhood and about your origin that maybe you kind of thought was there, but you didn't really know, or like it was in the back of your mind, but you didn't pay much attention to it. The Hermit and the Six of Cups. I feel like with this, your origin story is going to look a bit different to you. Not foreign, but just different. What is going on here between this power of authority over here with the Hierophant and this power of authority over here as the Emperor? It's giving this energy where this Hierophant, King of Swords, this chemist or this scientist, and then this Emperor, who's a King of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups here for you, it's giving that they worked at the same facility where you were a child, or where you have, this is giving that like gateway project type of energy where children had to drink that pink drink or that pink juice and practice their psychic gifts and whatnot. It's giving that. There were 2 masculine energies here who worked at this facility where you were there, when you were there as a child. They're also telling me that these men do not age. I'm just going to put that out there. Oh, a lot of channeling. Give me a second. Let me calibrate. What it's giving here is the chemist and this other masculine energy started to notice that this facility was becoming particularly malevolent, that they were doing unethical things and starting to ask of them to do unethical things in ways that were like to induce a traumatic effect so that children, or so that whoever was there or whoever would be recruited at this facility would be more subservient to the orders, would be more subservient to the orders that they would receive. And this chemist continued forward. He continued forward working there. And then it's giving this energy where this Emperor is a reformed worker from that facility, meaning that he broke free. He didn't want to be a part of it. He didn't want to cause people any trauma. It didn't align with his morals and his ethics. So he continued forward being some type of King of Pentacles. So he is still a man of wealth. And I feel like this is like a man of wealth of the world. Okay. This isn't just like, oh, he has a couple $1,000,000. This is a man who has connections, who has wealth, who's a part of a really small percentage of wealth that people cannot achieve unless if they have governmental support or unless if they have some type of covert help. Okay. This isn't like, oh, I started a business and now I'm a millionaire. No, this is like you only get to this level through this aspect of secrecy. Okay. And it's giving that he is no longer a part of it with the sun energy here to the 10 of swords. So it's like there, you may not even realize that behind the scenes or whatever is going on that is outside of provincial life. There are these two masculines who are, give me a second. What word do you want me to use here to describe these two masculines? It's like, I do want to say they're battling over you or they overwatch you. They're watchers of yours. Okay. How would you describe the relationship between these two men in reference to the divine? Oh, okay. Give me a second, y'all. Ace of Cups to the Two of Swords. Yeah, that's what it is. You see all those cards hit the ground? What I'm seeing here is with the Two of Swords and the Ace of Cups, it's like both of these masculine energies want your type of affection for some reason. With the Two of Wands here and the Ace of Cups, especially to the 10 of Pentacles with the Six of Rods, like they want your time, they want your attention, they want your affection. That's the truth. Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords to the Two of Swords. And it's like they're fighting with each other for you to choose them, or they're about to start fighting amongst each other in their pursuit of you. I feel like you'll be the one who has to make the decision here. But these two masculines who are interested in you, they're not, I don't think that they're going to tell you about all of this that's going on behind the scenes, what goes on in the gray market, what's going on in the black market, what the black market budget is that they truly have for what it is that they're creating, that they want to offer to you. Let's see what the Dragon Tarot has to say. And then I'm going to close this out. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for liking the video. Oh, yo, why are these cards jumpy like this? Okay. I'm getting something like Stevenson, Richard, and a last name that could start with an O. Tell me a bit more, Divine. You know what's interesting is I feel like I'm not even talking to either of these masculines. I feel like I'm actually talking to like a third party, or I'm talking to some type of watcher energy. So let me ask this. Who is telling me this? They said that they want the Kipperish deck for that. Okay. Who is telling me this information? Endings. Who is telling me this information? Abundance. What is this? Protection. That's not an answer. Queen of Swords. They're not telling me. Enamored and imprisonment. Like how I said that there's someone who is in prison okay, who watches these readings or who is watching, who's a part of this, whatever this is, okay? But what I'm going to say here is this message is coming through because your life is shifting and changing here. You showed up in the beginning as the Queen of Swords, the wisdom keeper, the truth speaker, the intellect here, the one who keeps the proper boundaries, the one who upholds people to their inner sense of morality, people who show up and they want to be ethical, people who bring in justice, right? Like you're showing, excuse me, you could be, excuse me, you're showing up here as like, this is an interesting way of saying it, but almost like the spawn of an archangel or like the spawn of Archangel Michael. There's a huge shift and change happening here. And I guess they just want you to know this message, but they also want you to know that as long as you keep speaking, don't worry about it because your abundance is still protected. So we have Rich Girl at the bottom of the deck here. You keep speaking the truth, honey, because that's exactly what is going to bring more light, bring more sun energy to this situation. So I don't know if maybe you were afraid, like, oh, if you kept speaking, then your money's going to get messed up or they're going to manipulate your bank accounts. Or like, if you continue to speak, no one will pay you for it. I'm not sure of what that is, but they're letting you know that your money is protected here. No one's going to be able, there's something here maybe about like a fear of freezing your accounts or something. Okay, you're protected from that. Six of Pentacles. Yes, you're protected from that. And they're even showing me here that the more you speak up, the more you'll get paid. They want you to know that what you make money and what people will literally support you with, give you things for, like give you money for, what they will pay you for is exactly your Queen of Swords energy. Okay? Yeah, Justice and the Vampire here. You're bringing somebody down with the words that you speak and what you have to share. You're bringing somebody down, and they know that they deserve it. Okay? All right, let's do final messages, and then I'm going to close this out. Okay. Hey, Danny. Hey, Steve. Sorry I haven't been able to look at your messages here. Oh, Three of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Five of Pentacles. I'm not going to get into the Queen of Pentacles energy. She is such an attention person. Yeah, the Empress to the Queen of Wands. Yeah, it's just like she always needs a lot of time, energy, and it's like she always wants to be talked about. It's like, honey, I don't think you're that important. Okay, final messages here. Gold Tarot. Knight of Pentacles. Lovers on the fence. Four of Pentacles. That's weird. Whoever this person is that's going to prison or who's in prison right now, they have always had a thing for you. And it's not the right type of love because I feel like you cannot be in love with someone who's in prison. Let me not say it that way. I feel like the love here is one-sided, where this person who is in prison, because they have so much time on their hands, they've spent a lot of time thinking about you, a lot of time becoming more infatuated with you or infatuated with the idea of you. But with the Four of Pentacles here, like they can't do anything about it. And whatever fate that they have with the Knight of Pentacles here and the Lovers on the fence, I don't see you as interested in this person. You're not. This just feels like someone who, because they are locked away, they have to continue to run the hamster wheel of the same emotions that they feel towards you, because they also need to pass the time. Show me. Temperance. Four of Wands. I don't know, while this person is in prison, they keep replaying a fantasy about how they can make things right with you. How can they balance things out? How can they heal the situation with you? How can they make things better? How can they clear their ledger? How can they clear their karma? Okay. I don't see you anywhere around this person. Six of Cups. You knew them in the past. Six of Cups, Nine of Cups. I'm over this person because they're kind of freaking me out. Yeah, thank you. Devil and Seven of Swords with the High Priestess and the Chariot. Like this energy is weird. Yeah, they said I can move forward now. Yeah. I think that this is just for a sidebar and as a side reference for you, that whoever this person is that's in prison, like this may be one of those energies where maybe once a month or so you need to do a cord cutting, because you have to understand, like they're stuck in prison, like they are stuck there, and they will be there for a very long time with the Knight of Pentacles here. So like they have to create some type of like fantasies in their mind, illusions in their mind, and then they start to evolve into like these delusions. Like, because this person could even be in solitary confinement at times. So they have to pass the time somehow, and it's like you're their favorite thing. I don't want to say thing, that's weird. But it's like you're their favorite topic to replay in their mind. How things could have gone, how things could have been different. And over time, they just become more and more enamored with you. Can I close out that energy? Yeah, with the Devil, Seven of Swords. Can I close out that energy, please? Symbolism here. What do you want me to look at? Death and Three of Cups. Okay, this is the last thing that I'm going to say here, okay? Because, yeah, okay. This person who's going to prison is the one who contaminated the drinks. That's what I'll say. Okay? That's what I will say. There's the chemist. I do want to clarify who this emperor is, but there's a third person who is going to prison, or who is in prison right now, or they're receiving their sentence right now, because they're the ones who contaminated the drinks for some type of cult. Okay. Let me see if I can get anything on who this emperor with the King of Pentacles is with the Knight of Cups, and then we're going to close this out. Okay? Then we're going to close this out. Any final messages? Queen of Cups, that's what I thought. Any final messages about who this emperor is with the King of Pentacles? Okay. Two of Wands reversed. No, they don't want to go into it. It's not for this reading today. Yeah, look, the Hanged Man in the World. It's not for the reading today. Okay? So we're not going to talk about who the emperor is. Okay? Let's do final messages, Kipperish, and then we're going to close this out. Thank you all for joining me at Anonnie's Temple, the Temple of the High Priestess. Like they could have even there could have been some social event or some retreat where they were like low dosing people with this new protocol, like with this new soluble tablet that this chemist created. Okay. And that's why they're actually hosting all of these retreats, or that's why they're hosting all of these social events, because they're low dosing people to check the potency of something that they're creating here. Somebody's pissed. Hater with Ace of Pentacles. Somebody is pissed at the justice that you receive in this situation. Final messages, please. Will she want to come out again? Oh, the nerve. Like the video, y'all. That hater wants to come out again. Oh, don't you make her mouth turn. Don't you grind her gears. Don't you make her or give her a rash on the skin. That's how much she can't stand you. She gets a rash. Final messages, please. The two of them? What is this? Final messages, please. Flying monkey, the two of them. Final messages. Okay. And a King of Wands. Isn't that the three of them? Didn't I say there were three people here? Okay. It could be three. So it's either that there's this karmic feminine who's a total hater, and there's this nice guy who thinks that he's a nice guy, but he's a King of Wands, or there's three people here. Okay. They're all flying monkeys. They're all a part of this group. They're all a part of this cult. They all know what's going on. They're not going to sit here and play dumb. Okay. Occupation in the reversed. It's interesting. It's almost like this cult is interdisciplinary, where it's like this group of people, some of them could be a chemist, somebody else could be a celebrity, somebody else could be a farmer, somebody else could be a dancer, right? So I feel here it's like they do not all have the same form of an occupation. Show me. Oh, child. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. They don't all share the same type of occupation, but they all have the same bloodlust, so to speak. They are all some type of vampire in their own way. It's like you got this guy who thinks that he's hot shit and he's not. You have that guy who's a total douchebag, but he thinks that he's a nice guy. And then you have some type of hater who is more filled with plastic than they are cells. Okay, I've had enough. I've had enough. This is like a circus. This is a clown group, a group of clowns. Okay, and you're the healer. Final messages, please, Kipperish. Emotional pain. Six of Wands. Okay. Gosh, karmic connection again with the moon and the social media. So whoever this feminine is, she is hating on your social media specifically. She is hating on how you show off your victories on social media. She is hating on how you keep progressing. You're going up and up and up. You're improving, you're achieving, you're gaining more spotlight, you're gaining more attention. It brings this karmic feminine emotional pain. And she's probably literally like watching from one of those spam accounts. You know how people do those like third-party websites or third-party apps or whatever it is, and then they end up stalking people on social media? She's too much of a coward to even watch you from her own account. Okay, that's the final message here. All three of them are probably unblocked. 8 of Swords reversed and 2 of Swords. This is how stupid it is. And this is going to be one of the final messages that I give today because we're almost at an hour here. Okay. This karmic feminine uses some part like third-party service or app or something to cover themselves when they watch you. And then you see that there's somebody here who is the spam watching you, and then you block them. Then she makes a new account to become unblocked because she wants to know what else it is that you're doing. What else have you achieved? What else have you gotten more attention for? And then you're like, oh, a spam account. And then you block them. It's like they want to play this thief. It's like they want to play this stupid game. And the thing is they're a thief here. You're protected with the 7 of Wands. They're a thief here because they don't have any creativity themselves. Knight of Wands, they don't. They don't have creativity. You're the one with all the creativity. You're the one with the ideas. You're the one with the passion. You're the one with the sense of direction. Okay? And it's protected. Look at karma again. They must be getting messed up right now. Okay? Yeah. What is that? Pathway, bondage, ops, and 10 of swords? Yeah. Rest easy and rest assured that these karmic energies are getting jacked up right now. Okay? Yeah, Most High's got you protected, honey. All right, y'all. Let's close that out. Thank you all for joining me at the Temple of the High Priestess. You can call me Anonnie. You said Space Lord Mother? What is that? A space? Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining me at the Temple of the High Priestess. Thank you for liking the video, for subscribing. Thank you for donating to my Cash App. You can also email me for a personal reading. And I will see you all in the next one. I feel like this was one of those more far out messages, but they always reach who they're meant to be for. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, y'all. I feel the need to close out the energy literally on camera. This person in jail, I gotta tell you, is so weird. It's just it's a very, very delusional energy. But I feel like it's literally because they're never going to get out. You know what I mean? And that's a huge distortion in energy. Okay. All right, let me close this out, please. I close the energies and the portals that I have been looking within and through. I close anything that has tried to come through the portals that I've peered within and through. I close those portals immediately. I call my energy back to me, brilliant, purified, and cleansed, and ever more powerful and growing in my spiritual, physical, and psychic gifts and wealths. Thank you, Divine Creator, for protecting me and preserving the beauty, the purity of my auric field and of my energy and of all of my energy centers. Thank you, Divine Creator. I close out the energy of this reading immediately. Ashe. Okay, y'all. I will see you in the next one, and y'all be good. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. See you.